Hey guys, today I'm filming the next video in my mini series on if I had to cut my collection in half. This is something I did in 2020 as well as 2021. I will have both of the playlists linked for you guys. So basically what I did was go category by category through my collection, split the products in half, a keep pile and a pass pile. And the purpose of this is to really help me declutter some things, really discover my favorites, and it's a fun process. And for some people, this might help you realize that you can do without some of your makeup products so that you can be happy with a smaller collection. For me, I do still like having a large collection, but this series is beneficial to me because I do end up letting go of a lot of extra things by doing this. I do surprise myself sometimes with the things that I end up putting in the pass pile. So for today's video, I'm going to be going over my keeps and passes for eyes and lips. My last video was complexion and cheeks. So starting with brows, I had 11 products. So I got to keep 6, pass 5. And this was pretty easy for me because I just picked my favorite in each category. So I have my NYX brow wax, my Lorac brow powder, my skinny Benefit brow pencil, the thicker Benefit angle brow pencil, tinted brow gel from Benefit, and a clear brow gel from Benefit. So the Benefit clear brow gel actually is not my favorite. I do prefer the Anastasia clear brow gel, but I don't have that one right now. I have the Benefit, and I would like to keep one product in this category, but once I use this up, I will repurchase the Anastasia only when it's on sale. But I will repurchase that at some point, but right there I have one product in each of the categories. So then for the products in the pass pile, the Benefit Brow Pomade is the best brow pomade I've ever tried, color and formula wise, but I don't use pomades. I haven't used this in about a year, so that's why it's in the pass pile. And then for the other products, I am currently using the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel. It's just okay. I prefer the Benefit Gimme Brow over it for a tinted option. And then the Milk Tinted Brow Gel, haven't tried yet. Hourglass Brow Pencil and the Urban Decay Brow Pencil, I have not tried those yet. So once I do, we'll see if they take a place of my favorites from Benefit. But that is why everything ended up here. And I'm actually going to keep and use up all these products. I don't plan on decluttering anything. I do think I will probably have to throw out the brow pomade before I use it up. I know people that use it every single day. It takes them like a whole year. So I'm going to have to throw that one away eventually, but I'm a wait as long as I can. But everything else I'm going to use up. For eye primer, I have 4, so I got to keep 2, pass 2. The ones I'm keeping would be my favorites, which would be the Urban Decay Original Eyeshadow Primer Potion and the Anastasia Brow Gel. So that's a clear version, and the Anastasia is tinted. And then for the passes, I've got the Anti-Aging Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion. I'm using that one right now. And there's not a huge difference between this one and the original one. This one might be a little bit thinner or have a little bit more slip to it, but I do prefer the original. And then I'm also passing on the NYX glitter glue, and I do like having a glitter glue in my collection. I'm sure I'll always have one, but I hardly ever reach for it. I don't really wear glittery shadows, and with other eyeshadows I feel like my regular primers work just fine. So even though it's something that I would like to have, I put it in the pass pile because I don't like it as much, and it's not something that I reach for too often. For cream shadow sticks, I had 17, so I got to keep 9, pass on 8. And this was pretty challenging for me. I really love all of my cream shadows. I've gotten rid of the ones that I don't love so much. So last year's video was a bit more successful than this one in this category. So basically it just came down to shades. So for my keeps, I've got Bobbi Brown Golden Pink. The little mini is Amethyst from Laura Mercier, the Balm Batter Up Shadow Stick and Curveball, which I love. The Jouer Rose Gold Shadow Stick, I haven't tried that one yet. And then the Laura Mercier, this was a little bit challenging for these full sizes, so I kept Rush, Nude Rose, Metallic Taupe, Sienna, and Raspberry. And Sienna and Raspberry are actually new ones to me that I don't think I've tried yet. And then for the passes, I passed on the Intense Moonlight and Intense Rose Gold. I don't prefer the Intense formula from Laura Mercier because it has glitter in it, and I like the original formula better because it just has a really pretty metallic sheen. I also put in there this matte white from Milani. It works really well, and I reach for it in the spring under more pastel shades, but I like my Laura Mercier ones better. These other two shades from the Balm, I like them. They have a purpose in my collection, but I'm not obsessed with the shades. And then I had to put some Laura Mercier in here, unfortunately. So I put in Mystic Gold because it's a really weird, like yellowy gold color. I got it because it was on sale and I love this formula, but I don't know about that shade. Then Sunrise is very pretty, but it's a little bit more sheer than I was wanting it to be. And then Burgundy I have not used yet, and I really need to swatch Raspberry and Burgundy to see which one I would keep, but basically they're very similar. I don't need them both in my collection. You can tell they're different colors, but pretty similar. So honestly, I am probably going to end up keeping all of these. I am trying to pan the Laura Mercier minis, the Intense Moonlight and Rose Gold. I'm trying to pan them. I hope to use them up this year and next year, but the rest of them are probably going to stay, but Mystic Gold is in my chopping block for this year. For liquid shadows, I have 7, so I get to keep 4 past 3. So I'm keeping the Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liner and Midnight Cowboy, a Stila Glitter and Glow, Shimmer and Glow, and a Pixie Liquid Fairy Lights. And then the 3 passes would be a Stila Glitter and Glow and then 2 Urban Decay Heavy Metal Glitter Liners. And honestly, this is a category that I could get rid of everything. I don't want to because I do like them. I think they're pretty. I can get some use out of them when I make myself use them in the Partners in Cream project. But that's the thing, I have to make myself use this type of product. And the reason I'm not going to pass them on is because I've already gotten rid of several, and I really do like these shades and formulas, all of them. And because these products tend to dry out so quickly, I might as well just keep them, get the use out of them that I can, and when they're gone, they're gone. Next are my ColourPop Super Shock shadows. I had 16, so I got to keep 8 past 8. And this was pretty easy for me because I did purchase 5 new shades this year. So of course I'm gonna choose to pick the creamy ones because the rest of them are a little bit more dried out. I have found a way to make them work. So the 3 older ones that I'm keeping would be Tinsel, which is awesome for winter, and then White Rabbit and 8 Track are just some of my favorite shades of all time. But for the past pile, these are also ones that I really like. I've gotten rid of a lot of my Super Shocks over the past few years, so I don't want to get rid of any of these, but I know I may have to. So I have Flower Shot, Belladonna Lily, Three's a Cloud, Snake Bite, Banana Daiquiri, As You Wave, Moonwalk, and DGAF. That's all from the noggin, people. And I really do like all those shades. I don't want to get rid of them. I'm probably just going to declutter them along the way as I find that they're too dry to use easily. But I do love all those shades in general. And unfortunately, tons of those were limited edition or discontinued because ColourPop hates me. So next we have single shadows. I have 38, which is a lot. This category definitely went up a lot since last year. So I got to keep 19 past 19. And this was definitely one of my hardest categories because I have a ton that I really love. I actually got rid of several single shadows at the end of last year, beginning of this year, I believe. And if you watch last year's video to this, you'll see I got rid of a ton, but I also got a lot more. So the keeps for me would be Natasha Denona Bronzage, Dose of Colors, Ideal Duo, and Magic Moment, Urban Decay Teased, the Ciate Marbled Metal Shadow and Gilded, a limited edition mini Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pot. Then I kept all the rest of my Tarte Chrome Paint Shadow Pots because I love them so much, all of my full sizes. And then I did end up keeping 4 shades of the Hourglass Scattered Light Shadows. And that's really like the main reason my collection numbers went up so much is because I have all the shades but one. And while I like them, the Tarte I think is a much superior formula to the Hourglass. So I tried to keep shades that were different from the Tarte one. So I kept Smoke, Reflect, Blaze, and Rapture. So for the pass pile, I did put in there the other 4 shades I have of the Hourglass, which would be Ray, Aura, Foil, and Burnish. I got rid of 2 mini Tarte Chrome Paint shadow pots. The rest of my Urban Decay eyeshadows, so I've got the Moon Dust and Solstice, and then I cannot remember that Spike and Relish would be that matte orange and red. My 3 Kaja bento boxes, which I haven't even tried yet. The 2 other shades I have from Natasha Denona, the Kat Von D Raw Power, I believe. I don't remember the name of that Lancome shade. MAC Smoky Mauve, and then the Dose of Colors Block Party shadows in Encore and Teal Me More. So I had no idea really what I was going to put in the pass pile because I do really love all of the single shadows that I have. So I honestly am probably going to keep all of these. I actually think I might get rid of one of the mini Tarte chrome paint pots because I used it recently. I wasn't in love with that color on me. The Kaja boxes I haven't tried yet. The Dose of Colors Block Party shadows, I can actually see myself selling those. One of them I still have not used yet, the teal shade, and I just don't reach for it very often. I don't think that I need those, so I can see myself selling those and possibly getting rid of the MAC shade. It's been in chopping block for a couple of years, but I always end up keeping it. But everything else is staying. So this category is not going down, and I'm okay with that. I just want to get more use out of everything. So I wasn't necessarily surprised by what I put in the pass pile. It was just really hard to make the decision because I love all of the shadows so much. Next we have small palettes. I had 31, so I got to keep 16 past 15. I'm very surprised by how many that I have. This collection has also grown a lot in the past year. So the keep pile is Sigma Rendezvous, M Cosmetics, Magic Hour, an Anastasia Summer Quad, Bare Minerals Gen Nude Copper, Zoeva Precious, Dose of Colors, I Love Sarah E. And then I've got some from Natasha Denona. I've got the Peak Cranberry Coral, Mini Lila, Mini Star, and Mini Zendo palette. I have the Rowan 1111 quad, and then I have the Huda Beauty Nude, Light, Medium, and Rich palettes. For the pass pile, I've got all 5 of my Dose of Colors 5 pans. I have Ofra Sweet Dreams, Huda Beauty Coral, Pastel Mint, Neon Orange, Neon Pink, Urban Decay Naked Petite Heat, and then all 4 of my e.l.f. bite-size eyeshadow quads. So looking at the keeps makes me so excited and so happy. I could really see myself just having these and I'd be totally content with that. But at the same time, like, I don't necessarily know that I would miss these shadows that are in the pass pile, but I also know that I will have a really hard time actually letting them go. So I can probably see myself getting rid of the e.l.f. quads. It's always easier, at least for me, to get rid of drugstore products. But the other ones, I don't know. I think I'm gonna try to make them work. I've held on to these Dose of Colors eyeshadows for forever because I collected them, but I don't love that formula. So I need to figure it out. But it's just so hard to let palettes go for me, but I feel really happy when I look at that keep pile. For large palettes, I have 64, so I get to keep 32 past 32, and this was pretty challenging. There were a decent amount of palettes where I was able to decide pretty quickly what I was gonna pass on, but coming up with 32 palettes to get rid of was very hard. So I will name all the palettes in the keep pile. I think I can do it pretty quickly. So I have the Anastasia, Carly Bible, Jackie, Ina, Modern Renaissance, and the Master Palette by Mario. From Urban Decay, I have Naked Heat and Born to Run. I have the Too Faced Gingerbread Spice palette, and then all 3 of my Sigma palettes, Warm Neutrals, Enchanted, and Corda Rosa. From ColourPop, I kept She's Got Solstice, Sweet Talk, the Baby Yoda palette, At Forest Sight, and Hocus Pocus. Nobla Dreamy, Pat McGrath, Rose Divinity, Rose Decadence actually, the Rose palette, that's the 6-pan, Tarte, Adeline, Marin, Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes, Huda Beauty, Desert Dusk, and New Nude, the Alamar Reina del Caribe Volume 1, and the Spanglish palette, Jeffree Star Thirsty, Sydney Grace, and Mel Thompson Tiny Marvels, and the Lunar Beauty Moonspell palette. I have the Holiday palette from Pat McGrath, Ofra Good to Go, LA Girl, Vacay, Everyday, Haute Heat palette, Violet Voss All of You Forever, Persona Identity 1 palette, and the Kaleidos and Angelica Club Nebula palette. Some of those I haven't tried, but I actually do feel really happy thinking about that keep pile. I'll name the ones in the past pile as well. So we've got Anastasia Riviera and the Soft Glam palette, Dose of Colors Ice Cream, Dominique Cosmetics Latte and Lemonade, Urban Decay Naked Honey, Naked Cherry, Dose of Colors Friendcation, Too Faced Marielle Amor Caliente, Huda Beauty Naughty Nude, and the Mercury Retrograde palette, Kylie Sipping Pretty, the Lunar Beauty Strawberry Dream, ColourPop, You Had Me at Hello, Whatever, Miss Bliss, Aura, and Out, Through My Eyes, Sandstone, Menage a Moi, and Wine and Only. From Morphe and Jaclyn Hill, I got rid of her Volume 2 palette, as well as Bling Boss and Ring the Alarm from the Vault collection. Too Faced Gingerbread Extra Spicy, Zoeva Spice of Life, Colored Rain, Safari Rain, a Too Faced Holiday palette from 2019, the Tarte Be a Mermaid Make Waves, Milani Pure Passion, Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Storm, and the Balm Meet Matte Trimony. So this was a little bit hard for me. Some of the palettes I was surprised I put in here would be Colored Rain, Safari Rain, and the ColourPop Through My Eyes. I really like the Through My Eyes palette, but really when I think about it, there's one look I'm obsessed with and I don't touch the rest of the palette. And that Colored Rain palette I think is great quality. The shades are very pretty, but I just haven't used it a ton. The Huda Beauty Naughty Nude palette, I was not as impressed with the color selection as I am with some of her other palettes. Mercury Retrograde, I really love that pastel row, but the other two rows I absolutely neglect. The Strawberry Dreams palette from Lunar Beauty I think is a nice formula, but the colors are really not something I would use, and I actually regret buying that palette. Naked Cherry, there are a couple shades in there that I really love, but it's not a very versatile palette. Naked Honey I haven't used a ton, but I don't quite get the hype on it. Soft Glam I think is very pretty, but it has a lot of duplicate shades and I haven't used it very much. So those are some of my reasonings behind those palettes. And again, there are some in here that I haven't used yet, so I might change my mind after I use the palette, but most of them I have tried. So I can't say that I would be totally satisfied if I just kept the keeps. There are some of these passes I would want to keep. And honestly, just again, decluttering palettes in general is very hard for me. But at the same time, with the exception of a few of the palettes in the past pile, I think that I could possibly not notice that they were gone. For pencil liners, I have 16, so I got to keep 8 past 8. And this was decently easy for me. But again, I had an easier time last year because now I really have the things that I love. So basically what I chose to keep were a bunch of the ColourPop Creme Gel Liners. That's my favorite formula, and I wanted to have a nice variety of shades. So that's mostly what I have. And then I have a Dose of Colors liner in Teddy because that's such a unique mauve brown liner. And that little baby one is Maybelline Striking Copper, which I'm obsessed with. That is like a holy grail liner for me. So I kept a variety of shades and I knew that I would get a lot of use out of. So some more warm tones. The one in the black packaging is like a rose gold, pastel shades, and then like a deeper vampy shade for winter. Then the ones in the past pile, I got rid of all 3 of my black liners. I just don't use them very much. I have to make myself use them. The Stila and the LA Girl are in my chopping block. And then the last 3 were very hard for me. The last 3 I will be keeping for sure. So that would be Sistas from ColourPop and the Hocus Pocus collection. I haven't used that one yet. Joyride, I believe, and I ended up keeping Charmer, which is the one that's a little bit more purple. And then the other shade there is Milk Cosmetics Baked, which is a mustard liner, which is a great formula. It's a really unique shade. So those three are on the right end. I'm definitely keeping. The others I can see myself letting go of. I feel like I should keep one black liner in my collection. I really like all three of those formulas. They're IT Cosmetics, NARS, and ColourPop. So I think I can possibly let some of these go, but not half. For pencil liners, I have 5, so I got to keep 3, pass 2. This was pretty easy for me. So the Tarte Maneater I haven't tried yet, but I have used and loved the Kat Von D Tattoo Liner and the Physicians Formula Eye Booster. For the pass pile, I have the Too Faced Better Than Sex and the Milani Stay Put Matte Liner, which is in a brown shade. This was easy for me because I'm using these right now and I'm not in love. The Too Faced one bleeds on me, and the Milani is nice. It's a beautiful dark brown. I'm using it today, but it can skip a little bit. It can be a little sheer sometimes, so I'm not in love with it. I won't repurchase either of those. So this was probably my easiest category to cut in half. For mascara, I have 20, so I got to keep 10, pass 10, and in both piles, there are some that I have not tried yet. So of course, once I try them, it's possible they might swap piles. And as you can see, I do have full sizes in the keep pile and the pass pile. So for the keeps, I have Grande Cosmetics Grande Mascara, Lancome Hypnose Drama, Urban Decay Perversion, MAC Extended Play Giga Black Lash, Too Faced Better Than Sex, Ilia Limitless Lash, Lancome Idole Lash, Benefit Bad Gal Bang in black and blue, and Smashbox Super Fan. And from the keeps, the ones I have not tried would be the Grande Cosmetics, MAC, Ilia, Lancome Idole, and the blue Benefit Bad Gal Bang. So I haven't tried half of those. Then for the pass pile, I've got Laura Mercier Caviar Volume, IT Cosmetics Superhero, Maybelline Colossal, the IT Cosmetics Lash Blowout, the Lancome Hypno Star, Too Faced Damn Girl, Benefit Roller Lash, NARS Climax Extreme, Kat Von D Go Big or Go Home, and then the new Buxom mascara, the Extrovert, I think. I know it's not the original Buxom lash. And out of these, I actually have not tried most of them. I've only tried 3, the IT Cosmetics Superhero, the Maybelline Colossal, and the Benefit Roller Lash. So again, once I try these, I might change my mind. And I think there are some of these where I might not love the brush. And really it's because there are other mascaras in the keep pile that I either liked more or was more excited to try. So this was pretty easy, but I might possibly declutter some of the mascaras in the pass pile because I have a lot of mascaras to use, obviously. But I have a lot of formulas here that I do still want to try out. So again, possibly I might pass on a few, but I'm going to try to use them all up. And I use my mascaras for only 2 months at a time now for minis because I have so many minis to get through my collection. So that was all for eyes. I know that was pretty long, but I'm gonna power through and do the lip products as well. So for lip care products, I have 14, so I get to keep 7, pass 7. And this was decently easy for me, even though the ones from last year I said I was gonna pass, a lot of them I have passed on or used up. So I've got a lot of newer things here. But for the keeps, I've got from Lemongrass Spa a peppermint lip scrub and lip balm. The Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask in Berry, I love. The Primera Berry Lip Mask, I've heard is like a better version of the Laneige. I haven't tried it yet. That Buxom Balm, I haven't played with too much. I've only used it like 3 or 4 times. The Grande Lips Hydrating Lip Plumper in Clear, I've used before and I really like it. The First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Lip Therapy, I enjoy that one. I could use it up. Then for the passes, the Franken Body Lip Balm and Scrub. I felt like the scrub was actually irritating my lips, and the balm is just okay for me. They are heavily coffee scented, which is not my favorite. That Bite Beauty Agave Nighttime Lip Mask, I actually don't love that one very much. I don't feel like it does much for me. I prefer their lip mask in the squeeze tube. And then I have the NARS Tinted Lip Balm in Laguna, Wander Lip Retreat Oil in a nude shade, one of the ColourPop Candyland lip balms that's tinted, and the MAC Prep and Prime lip primer. And I want to use up all 4 of those. I think I might try to use up the NARS and the Wander Beauty this year. MAC will probably be in my year-long project pan for 2022, and the ColourPop one I just haven't used yet. But looking at the keep pile, I'm definitely more excited about those and excited about using them. And really, I've used up a lot of the lip products that were easy to go through. These other ones I do think are going to take me a lot longer, but I do see myself decluttering the ones from Frank & Body and Bite Beauty, but the other ones in the past pile, like I said, I would like to use them up. For lip liners, I have 19, which is a lot. So I got to keep 10, pass 9, and basically I kept almost all of my ColourPop lip liners along with 2 shades from Kylie, Candy K and Bear. And I also have Dose of Colors Delight. And then for the passes, I got rid of the like jumbo lip liner crayon from Buxom, Kylie, the Ulta Beauty shade, NARS El Agua Lime Crime Cake, a shade from Lorac, a shade from Real Her, and then 3 from ColourPop, BFF, Brink, and Ellery. And for the passes, I might be able to get rid of a few of these liners, but probably not very many of them, because I do like these shades and the formulas. However, I have not tried the one from Lorac or Buxom yet, and I might be able to get rid of a few of them, but not all of them. But I am really happy with the ones that are in the keep pile. I think I have, I wouldn't even say a good mix of colors, but these are the shades that I get the most use out of. So yeah, it'll be a little tough for me. I might be able to get rid of a quarter, but not a half. For bullet lipsticks, I have 24, so I got to keep 12, pass 12. And this was a little challenging for me. There are some where I think I need to test them more than they could swap piles. But for the keeps, I have a mini Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk, Bare Minerals Bare Pro in Petal, Maybelline Taupe Seduction, the MAC Love Me lipsticks in Très Blasé and Laissez-Faire, Kylie August, and a like deep matte red from Charlotte Tilbury. And then those 5 MAC lipsticks on the bottom would be Blankety, Modesty, Patisserie, Faux, and Reverence. For the pass pile, I've got a nude sticks, actually like a lip and cheek color, but with that packaging, I've just used it as a lip color in Naughty and Spice. Then a shade from Lorac I haven't used yet, MAC Wagasa Twirl, MAC Nikki's Nude, Bite Beauty Meringue, and then the milk lipsticks are in Skills and Cream. Then for the MAC lipsticks on the bottom, I have Velvet Teddy, Hug Me, Myrrh, Mocha, and Marrakesh. So Bullet Lipsticks is a product I really want to love, but I have really yet to find a formula I really like, because for formulas that are like a little too opaque and really glossy, I feel like they just look gloopy on my lips. Then for some that are more of a matte finish, depending on the shade, I feel like you can really see the separation between the inside of your lip and the lip color. And I hate that. And even when I try to blend it in with my finger, I find it still hard to do, or it still doesn't look that pretty. So I've yet to find several formulas that I really love. So there are some of these that I can see swapping. That Kylie lipstick, I like the color, but I don't like the way it sits on my lips. So it's possible that could really go in the pass pile. Some of those MAC lipsticks, possibly, but out of the ones I have, those are the shades I like the best. And then for the passes, I can see myself possibly getting rid of some of these. I really think for all of the passes are going to end up in my chopping block this year to really test the formula, see if I like the shade on me, the way it sits on my lips, but I might end up getting rid of several of those, which would be very sad, but there's no point in having it if I'm not using it. So next we have jumbo lip crayons. I have 11 and I actually chose to keep 5, pass on 6 because I decided that those 5 are really all I need. And this was the easiest category for me. So the ones I kept would be the Tarte Matte Lip Surgeons and Expose, Sephora Melting Lip Click in Caramel, the lip cushion from M Cosmetics in Venetian Rose, Laura Mercier Velour Matte Lipstick in Vibe, and the ColourPop Matte X Lippy Stick in Cami. I really like these shades in the formulas. I have not tried the one from M Cosmetics yet, but the other ones I really enjoy. Then for the passes, I have Ziggy from the ColourPop Matte X Lippy Sticks, and that's just a color I don't get a ton of use out of. And then the rest of them are all of my Nude Sticks lip pencils. As much as I've tried to love these and to be a Nude Sticks girl, I'm just not. So I've got a bunch of different colors and finishes that I honestly had all of these in my chopping block, and I was gonna test them in the different seasons, but I actually think I'm just gonna get rid of all of these. Like, this is the one category where I am actually gonna cut it in half. I'm gonna get rid of all of those Nude Sticks and probably that ColourPop Ziggy as well, and I will feel very content just keeping those 5 in the keep pile. For liquid lipstick, I have 40, which is a lot, so I got to keep 20, past 20. Again, last year was much easier for me because I ended up, between last year and now, I got rid of most of the ones that I had in that past pile originally. So this was much more challenging this time, but I basically got rid of all of my minis except one. The one I kept was NARS American Woman. And then the other ones I kept would be all of my Dose of Colors minus 1 shade. I kept my 4 Kylie Velvet Lips, the Sephora Cream Lip Stain in Blackberry Sorbet, and my Jeffree Star Sagittarius liquid lipstick. Those are all of my favorite formulas right there, and some really pretty shades. Then for the past pile, I've got 2 minis from Jouer, NARS La Freak, all the minis I have from Kat Von D, M Cosmetics, Too Faced Melted Mattes. I got rid of 1 Dose of Colors, and that's just because it's a really bright red. I probably won't wear too much. That 3CE color, I loved it on my lips, but I won't wear it that much. The Cover FX looks like mac and cheese. It scares me. That Marc Jacobs and the Ofra ones were the hardest to put in the past pile. Those 3 I did really want to keep. Marc Jacobs is in Slow Burn. The Ofra ones are in Oh My Rye and Sanibel. I don't know if I'm saying that right, probably not. And then I've got Anastasia Crush, and then the Too Faced Melted Matte in Gingerbread Girl is the full-size one. And I actually don't know if I'm going to get rid of any of these. Maybe that Anastasia, and I really just need to try these more and see if I'm gonna wear the colors enough. But I like these formulas and I like these shades. I do feel pretty content with the keeps because I really do love all of those, and I do still have a nice variety there, but I think I'll have actually a very hard time getting rid of any of the ones in the past pile actually. So we'll see what happens there. So for lip gloss, I have 41, so I get to keep 21, past 20, and this was relatively easy for me, which I was a little surprised by. So for the keeps, I've got my favorite formulas, which would be Buxom, but I did pass a few Buxoms, but I kept a few lip polishes, but mostly lip creams. I've got the Maybelline Lifter glosses, a Milani Keep a Full Nourishing Lip Plumper, a gloss from Tower 28, Rowan, 2 shades of the NARS Tinted Lip Oils, 3 of the NARS Velvet Lip Glides. And again, you can see I mostly have neutral colors, but then like a couple of corals and a purple. And then for the passes, those 5 mini glosses in the front would be from Rare Beauty, Tower 28, Ilia, Grande Cosmetics, and M Cosmetics. I want to use up all 5 of those. It might not all be this year, but that's my plan with those, to use all them up. That hot pink from Pixi is in my chopping block because I don't know about that shade, but I know I love that formula. That color is a little bit more pigmented than I was expecting it to be. And then the Buxom ones I have in here is really because of the shades. So for those minis, that first sparkly one, Celeste, is just a little too sparkly for me. Pink Champagne is like a really pale pink, not a color I love. Cur Royale is very pretty, but very dark, so I don't often go with a gloss that dark. And then for the full-size ones, I've got White Russian, which I don't love as much as everybody else. It just looks really pale. Then I've got the lip polish in Dolly, and I much prefer the lip cream. And then I have the cream in Rose Julep, which is a little too like pinky berry for me. I would prefer the lip cream in Dolly. And then I have a couple things that are in my chopping block, which would be the Wet n Wild Cat Suit, those two Tarte's glosses. I surprisingly put all 4 of my ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lips in the pass pile. I really do like this formula, but I like my Keeps more. And then I have a full-size Pixie, where again, I really just want to see about that shade, but I do love the formula. So I'm hoping to use up some of these this year. The first 3 I think I can use up, but the Grande Lips and the M Cosmetics probably will have to wait until next year. And some of these I'm hoping to get rid of, and several of these I do think that I will end up keeping, but none of these are in the pass pile because they're a crap formula. I actually like the formula of all of these. I just had to make some decisions, and I feel pretty happy looking at the keep pile. But again, it will be hard to let go of some of these passes, and I just won't be able to use up enough of them, unfortunately. So guys, that was it. That was me giving you my reasonings behind keeping or passing all of my eye and lip products. I know this was a really long video, and I decided not to do a process reflection video because I didn't necessarily learn anything new from what I learned last year, but I will have last year's video linked for you guys. But I'm really looking forward to my next 2 chopping block updates, because I do think I will get rid of several products, which will make me very happy. It's a bittersweet thing letting go of products, but I know I'm going to continue bringing things in. Like I said, for some people this might help you realize that you're okay having a smaller collection. I'm not there yet. I still like having a big collection, but I want to have things that I'm absolutely in love with. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I would love to know your thoughts on my decisions for what to keep and what to pass. I would love to know what products that you've decluttered recently, or how you feel about decluttering in general. And if you do a project like this on your channel or on your Instagram, or you just do it yourself, going through your collection, I would love to know how it went for you. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye guys.